Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is? It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yo, Kamen Rider Ghost, the 100 icons and Ghost Faithful moment. And yo, where do I start? Well, I start with a bit of promotion because it makes sense. On this very channel where you are listening to this review of this movie, I actually took an hour out of my day to review this series, and I honestly remember what it was I said, but it can be summarized like this. Ghost started off amazing. It looked like it had the chops to be one of those B shows. And then one day it just said, fuck it. I'm taking the characters, the characterization, the plot all with me. I am jumping off of this cliff. I am shitting my pants. I am breaking my neck on the way down, shooting myself before I break my neck, and then killing myself on the ground below because no one cares. This movie, in where it sits in continuity, it's like, that's the thing that irks me. Because the episode where this movie sits in continuity in between is the episode that precedes this movie. Is we finally learn the truth about Edith, and I talked about in that review how I did not appreciate and how that could have been handled better. But a lot of that episode was, let's wipe all our sins away, because if God's line is busy, you might have to two-way him. And that is the second time this week, and something I have said I have referred to ludicrous, whatever, but still, was they wiped their hands of it. It was like everything's cool, and then you have this movie. The movie synopsis could be, as I jump back and forth, can be the following. Oni-chan is having a birthday party. All of a sudden, niggas roll up because, hey, it's a birthday party, because it's a birthday party in the Kamen Rider movie, so you know there's going to be trouble. Our heroes proceed to get their asses whooped and then dragged into another world, which the movie doesn't quite explain, but as you see it, and given where it is that a Big John icon is created, which is a world where the heroic icons live in some kind of peace, quote unquote, where these characters will get characterization not seen in the TV show. So far, there was a birthday party for Oni-chan, and then dudes rolled up and people got their wigs pushed in and got dragged to another world. Shibuya and Naruto left behind because who gives a fuck about them, because the show didn't. Anyway, so all the heroic icons, they don't remember Takeru, they're still getting characterization and you're meeting all of them and things like that. And then there's more wig pushing. People getting their heroic icons, their souls or whatever, getting their shits pushed in. Just push it in. Homie just rolling up. Slice, dice, shoot them, bang, 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 bang. Get their ass whooped. Then, because I didn't say it, because, this is kind of comedy, is we get reintroduced to Dark Ghost. Dark Ghost introduced himself to Takeru earlier because, he pushed his shit in. Like, get your shit pushed in, Holmes. Get your icons taken, boy. Run them jewels and get your ass whooped. Dark Ghost reveals himself to be Alan's brother. And we're not talking about the one in the show who was a shit villain because he was thrust with all this responsibility that he couldn't handle being a good villain because he fucking sucked. We have Alan's brother. So we are just complicating shit at this point. Just complicating the shit of the shit, alright? That's where we are. Stopping right here is we're going to go back and forward at the same time. Is because I told you, everybody got their shit pulled in, everybody was pulled every which way. Everybody's homie. Makoto gets dragged to a different place where everybody else is not. And he meets the soul of Darwin, guy responsible for the thoughts of evolution, monkeys, and all this old coonery shit, whatever. And then Makoto finds dear old Dada. Remember him, Makoto spent some episodes complaining about him, calling him a deadbeat, a bastard, a bitch ass nigga. He's full of shit. Where the fuck's the child support? Da 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 da. And they argue back and forth. They argue because, Makoto's mad because you've been gone all these years. And, meanwhile, we got dragged into a death portal, turned into Eyecons. And we hung out with the homies and shit for a little while. And then I beefed with my best friend. But he beat my ass so hard I had to realize I couldn't really fuck with him. And then I got a fucking superpower, which is ultimately going to, fuck up the end of the show. But the show was already fucked up. But I think you understand, though, Pop. So, that's happening. All of this is happening. So, all of Wig's been pushed in multiple times by the bad guys at this point. This Wig's getting pushed. That's what's happening. Now, at this point in the movie, now some more Wigs finna get pushed in because after all this argument about how you're a horrible father, blah, 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 son, you don't understand, please calm your little monkey ass down. His son and father have a fight. Kodo transforms, and then his daddy transforms into Zero Spectre, which is more of that, I don't know. There's a smart word for whatever the fuck that is, but Ghost is so shit, I can't even come up with it. So they fight a whole bunch. Daddy whooping the son ass the way it's supposed to be. I'm the OG, I've been doing this longer than you. Get your wig stomped, son, cause you was a bitch! Whooping that ass. Makoto like, Daddy, I hurt you! Dive too deep, and he dived too deep, and he pimp slapped and shot his daddy. All the while, I am sitting up here thinking, and I'm sitting up here thinking is because I think this. The only thing I could think of while this was happening, all I could think of was, how come you don't want me, man? That scene wasn't funny in the Fresh Prince, but when you insert it in other things, like a father and son dealing with their argument by transforming into tokusatsu heroes because fuck it, who cares? How come you don't want me, man? It's very, very appropriate. So, Makoto pushes that wig in. Pushes his daddy wig in, whoops that ass and wins. What does he win? The thing the bad guys want, because going back over to where we paused it over there, where Takeru and the homies are, Alan brother, you can come kick it with us, man. We got all the icons, we got all the weed, we got all the bitches, we got all the drink, we got everything. Oh, but by the way, we taking your girlfriend who says, I need China a whole bunch, and if you don't bring me what the fuck it is I want, we gonna slit this bitch throat. Fuck with your boy. And that's what happened. So they drag her away. We got Makoto pushing Wigs in, kicking his own daddy's ass for getting revenge because you a deadbeat. Where the fuck's the child support? That's what the fuck it is. So, Makoto takes the icon. So then at some point you got Honora complaining about we climbing a mountain, but he is holding a thick ass lady on his back, so I can't really complain. But at the same time, while you wanna look up that skirt player, is the homies attack. All the bad guy homies come through, and guess who the fuck come in? Mighty Action X! Yeah, Kamen Rider X makes his debut in this movie. The thing is about this fight scene that I'm going to not describe but describe is there are some key differences about how this fight was presented in the context of this movie versus what we have gotten used to over the past 21 episodes, including that one episode where everybody helped the 12 letter of the alphabet. I am so proud of that review. I swear to God, I am so proud of that. But it's the main thing is that the onomatopoeias are different, and it's more, and they structure it more like a fighting game, like Versus or something, which the show didn't do. There's also the way that this fight scene actually handles power-ups and things like that, but it's Kamen Rider X-A. Mighty Action X! See, I just had to do it twice. I know you love that. I know you do. Oh, and by the way, I'm still trying to work out the planetary busters thing. I'm still, in the lab on that. But, all that aside, is that during this XA fight, before the XA fight, is after Makoto gets the Darwin icon, and they all meet up, and it's Takeru explain, Akari explains to Takeru who this dude is. Man, you the homie daddy, man. Yeah, let me get some pound though. Get some pound. Yeah, pump it, bump it, bump it. And then he runs on ahead to the tower. Now, because I told the story out of line, is that we just gonna kill straight to daddy getting to the tower. Now you know it's real. Because the truth is that somebody's about to get their ass whooped. And because of this ass whooping, things are about to change. Things are about to change. Very importantly, they're about to change. Because Makoto comes in and he's like, here's the icon. Here's the icon, bad guy, sir. Can I have my sister back? Even though I know that because you are a bad guy, you're not really gonna actually let me have my sister back. But here's this icon that's gonna give you all the superpower, sir. Aran, however you want to pronounce his name, I just call him Ghost Roman Reigns because the show pushed him to high hell, is he transforms and tries to fight his brother. Guess what happens? Get your wig pushed in. Daddy comes in, he sees his son getting his wig pushed in, and Ghost Roman Reigns getting his shit pushed in because we trying to get somebody over. It's time for Daddy to get over and do this favor because, you know, it is what it is. Him and Dark Ghost fight for a little bit. Then they ride a kick. You know the rider kick, the one where they come together and you know it's like it's gonna be a big mystical Kamen Rider explosion, but only one person could win. Daddy gets his shit pushed in, and then it's at this point, Daddy, please don't die. And then you got Onichan go, Onichan, Otozo-sama, Otosa, and then it's just this for a minute, and it's like. And then Daddy like, look here, you bitch. You better whoop his ass. I'm gonna whoop your ass, boy. That is not actually what happened, but it sounds funny in my head. So we're going to go with, in my version of things of this movie I watched, is that what happens. Yeah. If you don't whoop his ass, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm like, if you've ever had like black parents, you understand what that means. But anywho. Daddy gets his shit pushed in, really hard so. Gets his shit pushed in. It's time to dive too deep again, but nah, that's not gonna work, cause he's the bad guy, and no, you gonna get your ass whooped. But then, fast forwarding through all of the ass whoopings, is, after the ass whoopings, the bad guy explains his master fucking plan. Hey, Takeru, bring your bitch ass over here, homie. You see that? That's your body. Do you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to take these heroic icons, shove all 101 of them up your own ass, and then I'm going to turn it into a weapon, and I'm going to turn every one of the ghosts, and then I'm going to personally rider kick you to fucking death because you are standing in my way, because that is my master plan, and I'm fucking sticking to it. That's your master plan, huh, bad guy? Take the dead body of the main character, turn it into a weapon, rider kick him to death out of existence, and then turn everybody into ghosts. That's a plan. That's a plan. I'm just like, I am going to stop the characterization of this story because there's an important thing that I forgot, but I want to insert here at this point. Because after this point, it's just a whole bunch of fighting and a whole bunch of crying and a joke that I have to make in the characterization is, but I gotta do this first. During this whole characterization of my version of what I watched in this movie, there was something important that I forgot. It's how did Dark Ghost and how did Zero Spectre end up at this point? Well, we talked about it at the beginning, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit on it right now. See, Alan's brother kicked the bucket. For some reason, Edith is like, well, if you can collect the 15 heroic icons, get them to listen to you, you can wish yourself back to life. Here, have a friend. It's deadbeat daddy, man. He's gonna follow you to make sure you don't fuck up. But we're going to use this power for something other than bringing you to life, because the thing that I want to do as Makoto's daddy, not the deadbeat daddy, but I am a deadbeat at this point, is to try to do something to save the world from getting really, 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 really fucked up. Bad guy man's like, no, I want to come back to life. You gonna hold this L. I'm running away. I'm going, and you better leave me alone. And he runs away, and he knocks stuff off a table or some shit. I don't quite remember. That happened. And that led up to the point where the main character's actual body is being used as a weapon, where 100 icons are going to be shoved up the body's ass, turned into a weapon, and then I'm going to turn everybody into ghosts, and I'm going to straight up shoot you, slice you, kiss you. It's fucking dog time. Fuck your shit up. And then the fight took place. Because there was at some point, somebody blew up a glass. Then there was this fight in between, and none of it's really important, because it's not really important other than the fact that Dark Ghost did turn into a couple of icons. Let me see. It was what? Nobunaga. Not Nobunaga, you idiot. What icon was that? It was the icon of Napoleon. I'm trying to think. What were the other icons? I can't even think. I done sat up here and I done done this. I done sat up here and got myself so hyped over trying to be so dumb about this movie. I forgot, the other, I forget what was the other icons he turned into, but mainly one of the ones that he turned in. Oh no, remember now, Pythagoras. But Pythagoras is somebody else's icon, and I couldn't be asked to tell you which one that was. But the exclusive one was Napoleon, and I thought, given, what it was that Argus wanted to do, it seemed like the perfect icon for him to use. So that makes sense. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be talking about a fight in dramatic fashion. Okay, let's see. There was the use of the Napoleon icon. We went back and forth. The heroes finally remember who they were, turned in the icons, and Takeru got his shit pushed in again. Now that Takeru has got his shit pushed in again, just completely, utterly get your shit pushed in, dog. It's now I'm going to shove them 100 icons up your ass. I'm finna turn this into an icon, and I'm finna become Superman. No, I'm sorry. I'm Cyborg Superman. I have to work that into everything now. That's like the funniest thing ever to me. It's personal, but seriously. However, at this point, Argus has turned into Kamen Rider Extremer. This is wonderful, because see, now you are finna to get your shit pushed in for real. Because see, now you have to make a choice. Well, your body has 100 icons shoved up his ass and has been turned into this weapon. But if you rider kick yourself to death, which is the thing you have to do because you are the hero, you are going to kill yourself and cease to exist, and the show will end right here, because if you don't have a body to go back to because you're a ghost, you won't exist, so don't rider kick yourself. After a weird CG fight and some crying, and then his friends crying, talking about, we'll fight alongside you, after they talk about Takeru wanting a fucking cheeseburger, because when you're dead, you can't eat anything, and that resonates with the other icons, and they give him a superpower, and then for some reason, he uses the moonlight butterfly, and then Rider kicks Extremis to death, i.e. you. And then the world disappears. And then it's like, man, it's been some weeks, but man, Takeru dead, but you want to let me hit it though? He gone, I want to get in them drawers though, man. Like that red skirt, the whole movie was far as hell. Let me get in there. And then Takeru comes back because the show has to finish. So even the movie don't give a shit about what the show doing, because the show already over there being shit. The movie just like, man, we gonna let Takeru Rider kick himself to death on some old next level suicide shit at this juncture. But we gotta bring him back, so it's like they sitting up here lighting candles and floating little lanterns up a stream, and then Kakeru runs back, and that's the end of the movie. Given all the jokes that I told, because that's the way I wanted to come at this review, because I needed to make light of this thing somehow, was, let's just be honest. I'll be honest on the back of this. This is what it is. When I knew that this movie was something out, I sat down to watch this movie just to see how the rest of the pieces of Kamen Rider Ghost fit together. And it's like, I gained nothing from watching this movie. When I think about the characters, they gain nothing because, it's like they really didn't make mention of the events of this movie. Makoto didn't change for meeting his daddy and heroic sacrifice. None of that happened. None of it. I'm like, hell, this is the same damn series that for the sake of a fucking power-up rewrote someone dying to fit the movie, which was supposed to be allegedly somewhat canon, but that whole movie was fucked up for reasons we can't even get into. Is the show didn't give a shit with its first movie. The show don't give a shit in this movie now. The show didn't care because remember how we described the show. It was a show that was decent for a while, jumped off a cliff, shit its pants, shot itself, broke its neck, and just splattered all over the floor because that's what happened. I'm like, again, I sat down to this movie. It's like, I will say this. I enjoyed my time watching the movie. It hasn't changed my mind about how Ghost made me feel, how it felt that like the show wasted my time. But that's the truth of what happened. I'm like, I knew I wasn't coming to watch this movie for some kind of resolution to it, because that resolution is gonna come with the Spectre movie. I'm like, I'm not expecting anything. I don't want to go into that movie expecting that this show is that movie is going to completely, utterly change my mind about the show and try to clean up that mess. The way that they're even promoting and pushing the movie like it's his own separate thing. It don't even need to be related to Kamen Rider Ghost. It's just not really. We call it Kamen Rider Ghost. It's that in name, but it's really a Spectre movie. It's cool. We got this. So I don't know. I'm like, when I sat down and knew I had to get on the mic, that's why I came at the movie with the joking way I came at the movie, because if I didn't, it would have just been, well, this happened and that happened, da 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 da. I could have been done with this in like 4 minutes. But it wasn't. So it's like I had to come at it somewhere different, because it's like I want to try, to try to poke some fun at this thing that didn't make me feel as good as I wanted to. It's like I talked about it before. Ghost left a bad taste in my mouth, because it was a show that I thought was really going to be good. And other than the theme song after that episode where after it's like, again, I'll talk about this and say it. After the first time Takeru came back to life on bullshit Zoom Zooms and when I was done with the show. It was over then. Then they tried to push Ghost Roman Reigns, and it's like, fuck it. Then your daddy this and power up that, and I killed your daddy because we need to pin the bad guy on something. It's like, fuck, she don't give a shit. Why should I? And this movie did the same thing. This show took more than her one heroic sacrifice. It did nothing with it. It's like, we know it ain't really canon for real, but why do it in the first place? Why? It's just like, why? And that's all I came off this movie of, was I enjoyed watching a Rider movie, but it's like, given the context, the continuity, and everything else that goes with what it was I watched, why I watched it, I'm just sitting there like, why did I watch it? I know why I watched it, but like, why did I watch it? And that's where we are. All in all, like I said, I'm looking forward to see what the Spectre movie can do. Because one thing that I haven't done is I haven't watched the Heart and Mock movie yet, because I just found out when I was able to download this, that was sub too. So that's something we're gonna have to come back and talk about, because I want to kick it with my Drive fam again. So I know we'll be back to talk about that, and I might have to look at that similar to see what it does to enhance what a possible good movie could enhance a good show. We shall see. So, with that being said, I have said enough for right now. A little promotion before we get up out of here. Got a look. Me and Jay did some dirt on the Vampire Diaries. So if you want to watch that, man, you know, we just sit around and say thank you. It's not spoiling nothing. We just sitting up here just talking about little character stuff, what we expected from originals and a whole bunch of other stuff. Because that thing went like mad sideways at one point, and it's my fault that it did. The first episode of Popping Boxes is up, man. More about diversifying these bonds and whatnot. Opening boxes, because that's what you people do on the internet now. And you know, we usually got the usual Q Ranger XA stuff up, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Tekken Revolution, man, we got that because it's about to shut down. So be expecting that sometime this week coming to cool out. Whole bunch of stuff popping off. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. I am, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And with that, dive too deep.